Danni Williams having a heck of a season in her first and only year on the 40 acres, already approaching Brooke McCarty's mark for most three-pointers made during the Karen Aston era, and still plenty of time left in the season to go. And here she is, the one and only Danni Williams, joining us on Game Plan with Karen Aston. Danni, I think first and foremost I have to ask you, on the minds of a lot of Longhorns fans, how has it been going from being an Aggie for all those years to now a Longhorn?
It was definitely different the first time I put on all the orange for our first workout. It felt different, but I'm enjoying it. I really love being here.
Do you favor one over the other?
No, I don't. I'm not.
Very political answer. Very good. When you look at this team this year, and especially now that we're coming down the home stretch, just half a dozen games left in the season, what do you make of this group?
I think we're a very resilient group. You know, we've faced a lot of injuries. We've had a lot of people seeing a lot of minutes and then seeing some taken away. So I think we're just really finding ourselves at this point in the season. We know what we're good at, and I really feel like we're coming along.
We showed your numbers a moment ago. You've been red hot over the last 3 games, shooting about 60% from downtown. Are you aware of, I'm sure you don't pay too much attention to the numbers like we like to obsess about, but you are aware when you're going through a hot streak, when you're in a zone, especially over the last few games, you feeling that going into the next contest? Does that carry over?
I don't think it really carries over. I think it's just the mindset has to carry over more. Just seeing what was successful in the last game and bringing that to the next game.
When you talk about your favorite things to do off the court, your motocross obsession, I know this has gone on ever since you were a little kid, right?
Yes, sir. My dad raced when he was younger, and he bought dirt bikes for my brothers and I one year for Christmas, and we just started riding, and I kind of fell in love with it and took off on it, and it's such an adrenaline rush.
Does Coach ever get worried that you're going to get hurt doing something like that?
No, she doesn't. I don't ride anymore, so she just makes sure I'm pretty cautious.
You don't get tempted to ride at all? You don't?
Well, I don't have a bike. My parents sold the bike. They sold it all, so I wouldn't be tempted. And I got a ripstick for Christmas. It's like a skateboard, but you kind of like wiggle. And my mom was like, we should put that up until season. So.
Well, we see you flying around Austin on one of those scooters that we see everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I like to ride those.
You do?
Yeah, I like to go fast.
What about, I know one of your big pride and joys is your white Mustang that I've been told you keep in pristine condition. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I wash it as often as I can. Normally that's once a week. You know, on our off days, I'll make sure I get my car washed, I vacuum it. I just take excellent care of it.
What are you looking forward to the next phase of your career? I've been told that maybe coaching could be a possibility after your playing days are over. What interests you the most?
Coaching for sure, just because I feel like I can make an impact on people's lives, and that's something I want to do. You know, I love basketball and I love helping people, and putting those two together is the perfect fit.
I know your family is obviously a huge part of your life, traveling to just about every game from Clovis, New Mexico. Has this been going on throughout your whole college career?
Absolutely. My freshman year, I didn't really play that much at A&M, and they still were at every single home game they could. They made some travel games, but being in the SEC, those travel games were a little bit harder, but they've traveled for sure.
We get a look now at the picture of your family and friends, extended family and friends. That was in Lubbock, I believe, for the Texas Tech game.
Yes,
not too far from Clovis. When you have all of those family and friends showing up to the game, does that give you a little extra motivation? Is it more pressure on you? How does it make you feel?
You're a little more nervous, I feel like, just because people know what you're capable of, but when they haven't seen you in person, you know, you kind of want to make sure it's a good one. So it's a little more nerve-wracking, but honestly, I love seeing such familiar faces in the crowd.
Are there any places they go where they're standing up screaming, but it's with the opposing crowd, who's, you know, they're mainly outnumbered? Like, I'm sure the game coming up soon in Waco, they're going to be at?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not too many Longhorns. Did they ever get you know given a hard time by the opposing fans when they're at a visiting game?
Absolutely. My 2 brothers, they scream the whole game, and it's funny because even my teammates have made comments about it. Like, they're funny, they're energetic, but that's just them showing support for me, and it really means the world to me.
When you look back at this team now on the court as we focused for the stretch run, who in your mind has really stepped up maybe over the second half of the season and is somebody that your team is going to need to make a big postseason run?
I feel like it's Jada. You know, she started out starting in the season and just was figuring out her way. And then middle of the season, you know, she kind of dropped. But recently, she's been playing very well for us. You know, she does a lot of things defensively that we absolutely need her going forward.
Did you happen to see Jada and Joyner's cooking show here on Game Plan a week ago?
A little bit, I did.
Have you ever tried their cooking?
No, I have not.
I don't think you will after seeing that segment. Danni, thank you so much again, and best of luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.